Are you struggling to figure out what those must-have photos are that you want on your wedding day? I'm here to help you out with that today, so stick around. Hey there, I'm Jennifer, and I'm a photographer serving both Tennessee and Virginia. This is a place where I'd like to educate other photographers, share my experiences with other photographers, and share a glimpse of my daily life with you. So in today's video, this is really a video meant for those brides who are struggling to figure out what photos, they want taken on their wedding day. Now, first of all, brides, I would suggest that you talk with your photographer because we do this job for a reason. We know what photos to take on the wedding day, but if there are some photos that you're like, are not common, like those are the types of photos that you need to tell your photographer about. These can be like special details, just anything that is very unique to you that is not a normal wedding photo, to be taken on the wedding day. Now, you might still be like, I still don't know like what. There's so many photos, I still don't know like what to do. So I have a little freebie down in the description for you. This is a little document that I've created. This is kind of like all the must-have photos that you'll want to get on your wedding day. Now, some of these photos might not be as important to you, some might be really important to you, and some might be like, oh, do I have to do that? I don't know. So this is really just for you to figure out, just to get your, jog your brain a little bit and figure out what you want for your wedding day. So you go ahead and download that freebie down below just to help you out as you're planning your wedding day. But really, when it comes to figuring out what are those must-have photos that you want on your wedding day, I suggest thinking about those photos as like parts of the day. So there's really 3 parts of the day. There's getting ready, there's the ceremony, and then there's all the events after the ceremony. So like reception, portraits, really just portraits and reception. So just think of it like that. So when you're figuring out what photos you want for your wedding day, go download that PDF because I think that will be most helpful to you to see it all written out. For getting ready, there's obviously going to be like bride getting into her dress, there's going to be groom getting ready photos, might be detail shots. If you want like photos of your venue, that's another thing that is kind of, normally if you want shots of your venue, you're going to need at least 8 hours of coverage, if not 10. I would actually suggest 10 for that because that's just another thing for your photographer to have to do. But if you're paying a lot of money for your venue, then you might want some photos of your venue just to remember the spaces. And it might be a really pretty place. If it's a really pretty place, you might want some photos of that pretty place. So those are kind of some must-have photos to have. You could do, obviously like if you're doing a first look, photos of first look, you need like invitation, suite, rings, jewelry. You might even want to do like details of the groom stuff. All photographers are different. That's what I'm saying. Like you really need to talk to your photographer to figure out what they normally do, figure out how you can match up your photo list in a way. I'd also suggest you hire your photographer for a reason. So just trust them that they're gonna get what you want. I think if you give them too much of a photo list, they might be like, it might actually take them away from just photographing the day as it happens. As photographers, we do really just photograph the day as it happens, but we also do create a list for ourselves to kind of give us a structure of when we're gonna take all the photos that you have told us you want. And that's why it's really important to have a Zoom consultation, with your photographer before your wedding day so that you could really talk through all those must-have photos, and then your photographer is going to help you structure that wedding day photography timeline just to have all that in the right order to make sure you get all those photos that you really want for your day. And then obviously during the ceremony there's always photos, then we must have photos during the reception. You enter the reception, the grand entrance, cake cutting, sometimes getting photos of details of the table, all the different decor and everything that you've paid for, or DIY, whatever you did for it. Those are really important photos to get. Some photographers might not capture all that, and so that's something that you might want to mention to them, just to make sure that is something that is captured if that's important to you. I had a wedding in which they really wanted their guest book photograph and their Bible photograph. That was really important to them, so I actually did that during the details time, and that's actually a unique detail at the beginning of the day that I normally don't photograph the guest book until the reception, but they were like, oh, we want a photo of the guest book and the Bible, and so I actually did that during details time. I may have also done a few during the reception time too, because I tend to overshoot and just take photos of everything all the time. Little details like that aren't a guest book is you could get photos of it during reception normally, but it's not always it's not really done during detail time at the beginning of the day. So that's something that you could talk to your photographer about, if there's special details. I had a couple who they had their 3 wedding rings, and they had this I'm gonna call it a bracelet. I don't think it's it was a long strand that it was something special to them. They wanted the 3 rings to be tied, with this strand or bracelet. They wanted to be tied together, and they wanted some photos of these 3 rings tied together. It was symbolic to them. So that was a very unique detail, and it was actually super epic detail photo. I'll show it right here. I love this photo, and I love taking this for them because it was special to them. So I wanted to do that for them. So that's kind of an example of something that if you have something special like that, that needs to be communicated to your photographer at least 2 weeks before your wedding date so that they can prepare to can literally have a list of your details that are most important to you. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're shooting this wedding for you. And so we just want to be on the same page about everything you want. So go grab that PDF document below. That will really help you figure out what some of those must-have photos that you want on your wedding day. So if you want to see more content like that, if there's anything else wedding photography wise, if you need help figuring out anything else pre-wedding photo wise, then please write in the comments. I'd love to see how I can help you as you're planning a wedding. So thank you so much for watching this, and please consider subscribing if you want to see more of this, and have a great day.